Good afternoon, all of you. Are you able to hear me? Hello. Hello, Jatin. Good afternoon. Yes, it's about to be evening. Welcome, Dia. Okay, so again we are here for another session for solving lot of cat-based DI sets. Are you ready? Welcome, Mukesh, Atharva. Okay, so we are again here. I'm here to talk to you guys. So I hope you are quite focused on your goal, that is CAT 2025. So how is your preparation going on? You have had many sessions in this marathon event, and still there are some sessions left after this. You have had verbal sessions, quant sessions, DI sessions, LR sessions, isn't it? Have you attended the previous sessions? Yes or no? Fine, your preparation is going on good. Nice, Atharva. So have you attended the previous sessions, previous marathon sessions? Smoothly chal raha hai, good. Vaibhav score less percentile in the last CAT. Fine, Vaibhav. So here is a chance for you. You know the areas of improvement, isn't it? You know the areas of improvement where you need to improve yourself. Okay, fine. So, as we have been talking in the previous sessions also, that there are three major sections. You know that is quant, is QA, LRDI, and VARC. So again, today also we are going to focus mainly on this part DI. Okay? We are again going to focus mainly on this part of DI, and DI or LR is basically about solving more and more problems. Solving more and more problems. So I wish all of you to regularly practice solving LR and DI sets. Is it clear? I repeat, regularly practice solving LR and DI sets, because there is not much mathematical topic which is different from your quant part. So whatever mathematics is involved, that is covered already in quant section. ठीक है ना? There is nothing extra. There is no extra rocket science to solve LRDI sets except practice. So by practice, you will become accustomed, you will become habitual of the language of the questions, type of questions, different varieties of the logics being used. ठीक है ना? For that purpose, only thing required is practice, practice, and practice. And practice wide variety of questions, different varieties of questions. Fine. So very good afternoon here. Dow Jones, Neelu Kumari, Mukund Roy, Dia, Atharva, Mukesh, Vaibhav, Jatin, and many others. Algebra is my weakest. How to overcome? So Vishal, algebra would be focused in the quant section, of course. So these are the free marathon sessions for all of you. So those who have already joined our course, so certainly those who are experienced, so they know that how algebra is tackled here. So basically, for all sections, in general, if we talk about, for all sections, the major key point is practice. Major key point is practice, because regarding the content part, the conceptual part should be clear. Unless your conceptual part is clear, unless you are strong in your basic concepts, so only practice will also not help. So to make this practice smoother or fruitful, you should be conceptually strong. You should be conceptually strong. Your conceptual clarity should be there. Your basics should be very clear. So again, for that purpose also, this practice is the most essential part. So whether it is algebra or any other section, So, by the way, in DI also, while solving questions, so a lot of time algebra and number skills are required. Okay, so we shall move to the first set for the day, and let's see how much prepared you are. Are you ready? So the next screen, I'm going to show you one DI set. The information will be provided there. You can take a screenshot if you wish. And then in the following slide, there will be questions. Before that, let me see. Neelu is asking, बुक से प्रैक्टिस करते हैं बट आंसर एक्सप्लेनेशन समझ नहीं आते हैं, क्या करें? यस, एग्जैक्टली. So it happens, Neelu. That's why I'm saying there are different difficulty level questions. Some questions are so easy that you don't need to see the explanations, right? You can solve them on your own. But there are some questions which are so tricky, even after seeing the explanations, it is difficult to understand. I completely agree with you. That's what is your problem, isn't it? Yes, that happens. So what to do with that? Just keep practicing. Just keep practicing. You know what happens? Sometimes a concept is so higher in comparison to our present level. So right now, if I'm at a lower level and a question is demanding some higher level, so even if explanation is given, so that will be above my level, right? That will be above my level. I'm unable to fathom that. What is happening? Ye kya bol diya? I remember many years ago when I started teaching, so there used to be a very nice book. I think most of you might be already aware about that. There's a very nice puzzle book by George Summers. George J. Summers. The name of the book is The Great Book of Puzzles and Teasers. The Great Book of Puzzles and Teasers. This is a very nice book, and nowadays I don't hear its name very frequently. But anyway, in those earlier days, so we used to recommend this book to all the students. This is a really nice book, and it is having exactly 150 questions, or basically puzzles, you can say, 150 puzzles with solutions and hints also in between. So basically, this book is having such nice questions, such high quality questions. Many questions have been exactly used in CAT as well as ZAT. Exactly same questions have been used in CAT and ZAT also. Anyway, so point is that, so this book is having questions with hints and solutions also. But as Neelu is mentioning that sometimes the solutions are so on higher level, on the higher side, that even after seeing the explanations, solutions, hints, you are unable to fill up that gap. So it takes time. So what is the remedy? It takes time. Continue that. Continue pondering over it. I get to know one more thing. There is, I think, IBM. Yes. So IBM, there's this computer company, software company by the name IBM. I hope you must be aware about that. So they used to have, I think they still must be having, they used to have a puzzle challenge, online puzzle challenge. Its name was Ponder Over This. Ponder Over This. That's what is a good puzzle challenge. And again, many puzzles have been used in CAT and ZAT again, exactly from this puzzle challenge. So basically point is that, remedy is that only, you need to consecutively, you need to consistently work on that. है ना? अभी समझ में नहीं आया, एक बार में समझ में नहीं आया, think again, what else can happen? What else could be there? है ना? What else can I do with the information? What else is needed to reach to the answer? क्या पता चलने से आंसर तक पहुंच सकते हैं, है ना? Whatever is known to you, what other things you can infer from that? So that's how gradually you need to move further. Gradually you need to broaden up your information base, and then you will see that the things become easier for you. It happens, and that requires certainly practice. And for practice, certainly you need to have a lot of patience also. And patience also. It's not that कि फटाफट से कुछ फॉर्मूला लगाया, कुछ जुगाड़ लगाया, क्वेश्चन सॉल्व. ऐसा नहीं होता है. It doesn't happen. It takes time. Okay, I hope that answers your query, Neelu. And Vaibhav is saying, any other exams I should apply along with CAT? Of course, Vaibhav, all the exams, whatever exams are there. Hare Krishna, Ashish. Ashish is saying, कल के क्लास में थोड़ा दिक्कत हुआ. I think you are talking about numbers. Practice is the key, Ashish. We discussed about all the varieties of questions. Now you need to solve questions, practice them. And same thing which I just explained to Neelu is same thing for you also. Sometimes it takes time. It takes time to for the concept to sink in our consciousness. It takes time. Okay, but don't worry. Be perseverance. Be persevere. How much hour I have to practice in a day? Krishal, sorry, Ki Rahul, anything? He's asking how much time. So see how much time is required. How much time is required for practice on the daily basis? It depends entirely on you. But I have said it repeatedly. Try to be consistent. Be regular. Daily find out some time. Even if it may be just 15-20 minutes only, and just take one DI set, solve it. So be regular. So if you are regular, what happens is that you become accustomed to do that. You become habitual of that. It doesn't appear to be new when you are facing the exam. Suppose if you are taking a DI today and you are working on LRDI for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and then after that you are not in touch with that LRDI topic for maybe 3-4 days or maybe 3-4 weeks, and after that out of sudden you again are you are facing another LRDI set, it will be looking as a bouncer. What happened? But if you are consistent, if you are regularly practicing that, so the shock will be less, right? Even if it is a new variety of question, even if it is a totally new concept being used, but the shock will be less. So be consistent. Fine. So the how much time limit? There is no time limit for that. You need to do many things. You need to do verbal also. You need to cover quant as well. There are various topics there, right? So but be regular. Be very frequent. Try to fix up a frequency. For example, you can say DI or LRDI you can take if not daily, then on alternate days you are going to solve LRDI. आज LR कर लिया, कल DI कर लिया, फिर LR कर लिया, फिर DI कर लिया, like that you can be regular. So this section will always be regular. Same way in verbal also, you can solve RC dailies or you can solve some previous questions, CAT questions. Same way in quant also, there are various topics, so you can fix up the frequency that in this week I'm going to do these 2 topics or 3 topics, and next week the next 2-3 topics, and like that. So same topic will be repeated frequently, if not every week, then maybe after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, like that. So you need to have a frequency regularly. Okay? And once you are through all the topics, after that sectional test in which all the topics of a particular section are together, that is a nice strategy. Okay? We need to be regular. That is a key point. I hope that's solved. I got 30 minutes to solve one set. No issues, Atharv. Initially, it may happen that you are taking long time to solve one set. It may happen. But once you become practiced and once you get same variety of question, you have developed your mindset कि सोचना कैसे है, right? So initially it may take time. So I completely agree with that. It may take too much time for a typical question, right? And it's not that कि after practicing फिर इतना time नहीं लगेगा. It may happen. But now you know that by this question is going to take time. Then you have a choice. So I've said it repeatedly, and I will be saying it again and again also, that in this preparation phase, don't leave any question, whether it is a fast question, fast to do question, and whether it is a time-taking question. Don't leave any question in this preparation phase. So because by practicing that, you are gaining experience. So while taking test, while taking the actual exam, now you are based on your experience, you can examine that which question I should work upon. This question is going to take more time. This question can be solved faster. So you are to, of course, obviously solve the question which can be solved faster, isn't it? All questions are of same marks. They are not of same difficulty level. That's a very good thing. Listen again. What I'm saying, that all questions carry equal marks. Yes or no? Yes. But are all the questions of equal difficulty level? Certainly not. So by practice, you need to be experienced enough that on which question I should spend time and which question should be left during the examination, not in the preparation phase. अगर आप preparation phase में question छोड़ दोगे, so in that case you are never going to get that experience. I hope you are getting that. ठीक है ना? Okay, we have Utsav, Hare Krishna Utsav. Good afternoon. CSC sir, सारी चीजें करनी होती हैं ऑफिस के साथ. How we manage the time? Yes, that's a management. That's a management. How to manage the things. So commit mistakes, don't worry, there would be mistakes, and then you will update that, how I can rectify that, and so on. So it's a constant practice, right? It's a constant journey. During a journey, there are so many things. So ये भी लेना है, वो भी लेना है, ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है. So there are too many tasks to be done at the same time, right? So there are a lot of there are too many targets to be achieved. So some would be achieved, some would not be. So don't worry, but just be persevere and just be consistent, be regular. Don't give up the things. Okay, I think that's sufficient, Gyan. While driving mocks, have to leave or should we try to solve all? No, mocks is just a practice for exam, right? Mock is just a practice for the actual exam. It's a replica of the actual exam. So during the that time bound duration, you need to be choosy which sets to do, which to not. Now, which question to do, which question to be not, right? Which question to leave. But after that mock test is over, then without time limit, then when there is no time limit, then solve the entire set. Whether your decision that this question should be done, this question should be left, whether that was correct or should it be amended, right? So take the learnings from there and try to apply it in the next test, right? That is the purpose of the mock test. So purpose of the mock test is that only, to make you prepared for your test taking skills, right? And if you are not gaining that test taking skill, then taking mocks is of no use. And most people don't make much use. They just say the marks, oh, itne marks hai, is baar kam aa gaye, is baar zyada aa gaye. So marks kam aana, zyada aana, it depends on so many factors. If test is difficult, you will be getting less marks. Yes or no? Right? In terms of percentile also, if not intelligent persons, not high scorer persons are attempting the test, so you may get a good percentile. And when all the good percentile, good scorers are taking the same test, you may get less percentile. So your marks will not define, they will not define your preparation level. So from your marks, from your mock test, you have to practice whether your test taking skills are improving or not. Are you able to do the best in that time frame or not? So that's what we need to develop through the mocks. I hope you get the idea. Fine? Okay, I'm moving to the first set for the day, and we shall continue our talks in between. So, ready? Ready? Please confirm. The chat is the only media through which I can see your responses. So, please confirm in the chat box. Are you ready for the first set of the day? Okay, so I wish that all of you are, I hope that all of you are ready with your notebooks, pens, pencils and all. Fine. So, we'll be discussing few DI sets today, and certainly some of them could be easy, some of them could take more time. Fine, excellent, excellent. So I go here. Here is the first set. I hope you are able to see it. And I'm reading it for you so that it becomes clear. And in between, if somehow you see your video buffering, so okay, so I'm reading it. It says, from 2015 to 25, numerous matches were played, and each match had a definite winner. That means there is no draw, right? No match ended in a draw. The table below gives the total number of matches played by the team and the number of matches they won. You can see there are two colored bar graphs. One is dark blue, one is light blue. And in the bottom, if you say bottom right corner, it is mentioned there, the light blue bar shows the total number of matches played, and the dark blue tells us the total number of matches won. On the left hand side, you can see the name of the teams, the countries: Australia, South Africa, West Indies, New Zealand, England, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and so on. I hope all the numbers are visible. You can take a screenshot for your reference. Now I'm moving to the next screen for the questions. I'm moving to the next screen for the questions, and here are the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are 5 questions. There are 5 questions, and now I'm stopping here and I'm starting the timer for you. You are having I'm giving you 8 minutes for this set. I'm sure all of you can do it very easily. I'm giving you 8 minutes for this. So in my system, the time is 15:22. I'm giving you time up to 15:30. 8 minutes for this set. Please solve it. Okay, I am moving back to the previous slide. By the way, Jatin, you can also just rewind your video. No, just move the slider on your video timeline by a few seconds. And by the way, I will be solving with along with you only. I have not solved the questions earlier, so as to have a fresh experience. I hope it is visible now, Jatin. Okay, I'm moving to the question slide. Anushka, you can see it from here. Yes, here it is, Smriti. You have about 2-3 more minutes. Okay, so far Jatin and Vansh, Mukesh, they have answered. Okay, Anushka. You just last 1 more minute. After that, we shall start discussing the solution. Okay, shall we discuss the questions now? Our time is up. So let's solve the questions first and then we shall match up the answers. Okay, I hope all of you have attempted. Let's see. Let's see the questions now. So, but before starting discussion, what do you say? Was it an easy set, average, medium, difficult? It was not difficult, isn't it? Rather, it should be on the easier side. Yes or no? So let's see all the questions one by one now. So yes, this was certainly in the easier side. Yes, super easy, exactly as Utsav is saying. So that was to start with, but you can see that I gave you 8 minutes and most of the students have taken almost 5 to 8 minutes. I think first answer I received was after 5 minutes. Anyway, that's not a good statement there, Utsav, as compared to cat. Now, in comparison to cat, no. Okay, okay. So let's see it together. So first question, what is the ratio of number of matches lost by Team India and the number of matches lost by West Indies? Okay, let's see the table, this bar graph here. So matches lost by Team India. So you can see India here. So India has played total of 84 matches and it has won in 63 matches, right? The table, this graph was showing here the total number of matches and total number of matches won. So India has played 84 and won in 63 because there is no draw. So of course, number of matches lost by India, number of losses by India is how much? That would be 84 minus 63. Yes or no? This is 84 minus 63, which is nothing but 21. Is it fine? Is it okay? And so number of matches lost by West Indies. So matches lost by West Indies, how much it is? So we need to find the similar difference for West Indies. Here it is. So this is 35 minus 14. So this is 35 minus 14. So what is the difference? It is again 21, right? And question was, what is the ratio? So obviously 21 is to 21, that is 1. Isn't it? So of course option B should be the right answer. Right? That was certainly a very easy question, isn't it? Let's move to the next one now. Yes, both 21. Moving to the second question. Okay, it says now, what is the difference between the winning percentage of Sri Lanka to the winning percentage of South Africa? So we need to calculate winning percentage. Achha, how do we calculate winning percentage? So that would be winning percentage for, let's say, first Sri Lanka, if I am writing out. So winning percentage would be how much? That number of matches won by total into 100, isn't it? Yes or no? Number of matches won by Sri Lanka to the total number of matches played by Sri Lanka into 100. Now that can be seen from table very easily. So Sri Lanka is here. So number of matches played total is 50 and 1 is 10. So basically this is 10 upon 50 into 100, which gives you simply 20%, right? That is the winning percentage for Sri Lanka. Now what is winning percentage for South Africa? So similar thing we need to do for South Africa as well. South Africa is here at the second position. It is 60 and this is 30. So 31 out of 60, that gives you 50%. And question is asking about simply the difference between these two. So 50% minus 20% is obviously 30%. So 50% minus 20%, this difference is nothing but 30%. This is the difference of the percentage points there, right? So that was a simple question again. So option A is the right answer. Is it fine? Is it fine? Yes, exactly. Okay, moving to the next one. I hope it is clear. There should not be any confusion here. That's a simple question. Moving to the next one now. Third question. How many teams have more than or equal to 50% winning ratio? So winning ratio. So basically winning percentage, we are talking about 50% winning, right? 50% winning percentage basically. So how many teams have more than 50%, more than or equal to 50% winning ratio or winning percentage? So for Australia, let's write here only. For Australia, how much it is? 50 by 90. Is it more than 50% or not? See, it would be so simple, easy. No need to calculate. Whatever total number of matches have been played, I just need to see whether the number of matches won is more than half of it or not. Because 50% ka matlab is half, right? All of you know that 50% means half. If I want the winning percentage to be more than or equal to 50%, if I want more than or equal to 50%, it means I want this number of matches won should be more than or equal to half of the total matches played. ठीक है ना? So for Australia, total is 90. So is the matches won more than or equal to 45? Yes. So this is one case. South Africa, total matches played are 60, right? Total matches played are 60. So 60 ka half is 30. So the number of matches won, is it more than or equal to 30? Yes. That's also one of the teams which satisfies. For West Indies, total matches played are 35. But 35 ka half is 17.5. It is less than that. So West Indies does not qualify for this. ठीक है ना? ठीक है ना? Next part, New Zealand. Total matches are 72. 72 का half is 36. It is much more than that. So New Zealand qualifies. Next, England. Total is 80. 80 ka half is 40. So 40, it is certainly more than 40. So England qualifies. For India, 84. 84 ka half is 42. It is much more than that. Qualifies. For Sri Lanka, 50 ka half is 25, which is less than that. So Sri Lanka doesn't qualify. Bangladesh, total matches played 44. 44 ka half is 22. And 20 is less than that. So Bangladesh does not qualify for this counting. And for Pakistan, total is 70. 70 ka half is 35. Again, 33 is less. So this doesn't qualify. And last, Afghanistan, total matches are 35. 35 means 5 is certainly less than 50%. This does not qualify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many teams have more than or equal to 50% winning? That is 5. So 5 is the right answer here. ठीक है ना? So some of you answered wrongly here initially, but anyway, everyone corrected that. That was again an easy question. Let's move to the next question now. Fourth question here. Which of the following team has the highest percentage of wins? Highest percentage of wins. So of course, among those 5 teams, I just need to see these 5 teams which are having more than 50%. इन्हीं में check करने की requirement है. Let's check that. Let's check that. Australia, approximately how much percent? Approximately, can you tell me? This is 55.55%. Right? Next, South Africa is 50. तो जाने दो, ये तो गया. And after that, New Zealand's 51 out of 72. How much percentage it would be? How much percentage it would be? It's close to 70%, isn't it? It's close to 70%, more than that. It's close to 70%, approximately 7. Certainly more than this. So Australia is gone now. So I'm in contention. New Zealand is there. आगे बढ़ते हैं. England, it is not. It is less than 70%. तो ये तो गया, right? 8 7 are 56. So 56 से कम है. So it is less than 70%. So England is certainly not near about. Now 84 में से 63. So that is quite close. कितना बन जाएगा ये? So 84 का 63 out of 84. So what is the common factor here? 21. 21 3s are 63. 21 4s are 84. So that is basically 75%. And this number was less than 75%, right? That means this New Zealand also disqualifies. So India is the one. Anyone else? No. That's it. That's it. We are done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 में check करने थे. 5 में से India. So India is the one which is having the highest percentage of wins. By the way, we were having 4 options as well. Among them also we could have checked. ठीक है ना? Among them also we could have checked. So anyway, so using the previous questions information, we knew that only 5 of the teams had more than 50% of winning percentage. So I was checking only that only, but usko bhi kam kar sakte hain just by checking the 4 options, right? Anyway, so answer to this question is India. Is it fine? Moving to the last question of this set. Yes, what is the losing percentage of the West Indies? Again, it's a similar question. This time we need to calculate losing percentage. How to calculate losing percentage? So losing percentage of West Indies ke liye, what we need to do? We need to take the number of matches lost at the top. How to find matches lost? It is total minus 1 divided by total into 100. So for West Indies, we have total matches played 35 and number of matches won is just 14 divided by total, that is 35 into 100. That's what we need to simplify, and that's not difficult at all. This difference is how much? This is 21. So 21 upon 35 into 100. By the way, from options also you can negate, otherwise it's not difficult to calculate. 7 3s are 21, 7 5s are 35 and 5 2s are 10. That's 20. 20 into 3, it is 60%. So option C is the right answer here. Is it okay? Yes, exactly, Jatin, that's perfectly fine. So yes, it was pretty easy set, not difficult. And as Utsav was mentioning, as Utsav was saying that pretty easy in comparison to cat. So I made the comment at that time also. मैं ये ट्राई कर रहा था कि सर ने 8 मिनट दिया है, कैसे भी करके मुझे 4 मिनट में करना है, बट मैंने 4:37 मिनट में कर लिया. गुड गुड उत्सव, गुड गुड. See, I gave you more time, of course. This could be solved certainly even less than 4 minutes. Even less than 4 minutes. See, all the calculations which I had written on the board, which are on the screen, they were not required to be written. All the calculations, whatever calculations which we did for this question, they were not required to be written at all. Just read the question, answer. Read the question, answer. This question was really that pretty easy. Yes or no? अरे अनुष्का, I have got this tag many times. Many times. कई लोग सही से नाम नहीं बोल पाते हैं ना, तो भूल जाते हैं, तो कमल का कोमल भी बना देते हैं कई बार लोग, और कमाल भी बहुत लोगों ने बनाया है. Anyway, so this question was really very pretty easy. And but as I was suggesting to Utsav also, don't think, it's true, it's for everyone. Don't ever think that अरे इतना आसान क्वेश्चन कैट में थोड़ी ना आएगा. कैट में बहुत आसान क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. Let me repeat, कैट में बहुत आसान क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, but it's only students' perception, phobia, and so many kind of unnecessary pressures which create the havoc. People are unable to see the screen. So you just need to practice, and be that much experienced that to say no to which question and to accept which question's proposal. Questions will tempt you always. आओ ना, प्लीज ट्राई करो ना, देखो ना मैं कितना अच्छा हूं, हो जाऊंगा, आसानी से हो जाऊंगा, ज्यादा तंग नहीं करूंगा, है ना. Questions will say like that. Questions will be tempting you always. So as I said, mentioned earlier also, that is a very important test taking strategy, that are you able to select your questions properly or not. So that is very much essential skill which is required to be among the top scorers. And it's not difficult. It's not difficult. Okay. So I'm moving to the next set now. Fine, ready? If there's anything you wish to say, or any comment, or any question, or any remarks on my statements. Yes, there is in between little bit lag, I have already mentioned that. So kindly bear with me. There could be sometimes your video might look like buffering. It's okay. Okay, so I'm moving to the next set then. Now see, not every set is going to be pretty easy. Not every set is going to be there in which you can solve without writing. Some sets may be too much calculative, too many things to note down, too many things to write, right? And next set is something like that only. Next set is something like that only. I'm moving to the next set now. Here it is. So I'm reading it for you. It says 3 types of electronic items, mobiles, earphones, and tablets, are sold across 4 cities: New York, Washington, Los Angeles, and Chicago. Each city has exactly 2 retail outlets named Outlet A and Outlet B. The bar chart below displays the number of gadgets sold in each city. Now, the data has been given in a bit tricky manner here. So, from the 3 sentences at the top, we can understand that there are 3 different electronic items, that is mobile, earphones, and tablets being sold. and in the four cities mentioned here, New York, Washington, Los Angeles and Chicago, and through two outlets A, B. And now the bar graph में क्या दिया है is you can see the three different colored graphs here, three different colored bars. So the dark blue one, it shows average number of mobiles and earphones sold. What do you mean by that? It's according to four cities, New York, Washington, Los Angeles, Chicago. But for each cities, we are having these three bars. The blue one is giving you average number of mobiles and earphones sold. What do you mean by that? So whatever number of mobiles, whatever number of earphones, and their average. That is given in this first bar. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? So in the first bar, this blue bar, what is given is mobiles and earphones ka average. Yes, exactly, Mukesh. So mobile plus earphone by 2, exactly. So this blue bar gives us number of mobiles being sold, number of earphones being sold divided by 2, their average. Same way, the second bar, the blue one, it says the average number of earphones and tablets sold in that particular city. So exactly same way, so this blue bar, this orange bar, sorry, it gives us the information of earphones plus tablets divided by 2, the average number of sold. Yes, it's total. It's not average of outlet A and outlet B, CSC. It's average of those two gadgets. So this information, this bar graph information has nothing to do with the outlets. It's not average of outlets. Yes, Utsav, it is not average of outlets. It's average of the number of mobiles and earphones sold. Fine. So exactly same way in this third, which is the gray one. I don't know how you must be seeing it as somewhat white in shade. So this gives us the number of tablets and mobiles. So T plus M divided by 2. So these three information have been given in these bar graphs. Is it okay? So before I move further, can you determine the number of mobiles and earphones and tablets exactly sold in that city? Please try to solve that first. I will move to the further information afterwards. First, what can you infer from this information? जितना information यहाँ पर दिया है, उससे आप क्या क्या निकाल सकते हो? Can you calculate the exact number of gadgets of each type sold in that particular city? And basically, let me make a table for all of you. There we have New York, and why I'm writing for that? Washington, W, Los Angeles, LA, Chicago, I'm writing CH. Fine. So these are the four cities. So with this given information, can you find out the number of mobiles being sold in New York, Washington, LA and CH, and number of earphones being sold, and finally number of tablets being sold? Please find out this and let's complete this table first. Right? Let's complete this table first. Using this, we can also find out the total number of gadgets being sold in all the four cities, total number of mobiles, total number of earphones, and total number of tablets also being sold across all the four cities. Okay, Bipasa, 580 New York. What is that? Is that total number of gadgets or only mobiles? You calculate all the things, then I will ask you one by one. ठीक है ना? First you can calculate all the things, then I will ask you one by one. By the way, there is further information available in this set that we shall see afterwards. Okay, I'm starting to write all the numbers one by one. Bipsa has written total number of gadgets 580 in New York. Is that okay? Yes. So if I add all these three, you can see that M is 2 times, E is 2 times, T is 2 times, that 2 will be cancelled. So basically that will be the total number of gadgets M, E and T together in a city. So basically some of these values is going to give me the total number of gadgets sold in that particular city, right? So for New York, I can just add these values. So 2 and 2, 4 and 1, 5, 580, that's fine. So for New York, total gadgets sold is 580. Let me write total here. This is the total gadgets sold in New York. Same way, total gadgets sold in Washington would be sum of these three values. So how much it is? So that would be 250, 280, 210. That means 600 तो आ ही गया. उसके बाद 90, 690 and 50. So that is 740. ठीक है ना? And total for Los Angeles would be how much? This 5 को उठा के वहां ले जाते हैं. That makes it 360, 360 and 200. That is 560. And finally for Chicago, the total would be 3 and 2, 5 and 2, 7, 760. That is the total number of gadgets sold in each of the cities. Fine. Now let's find out the individual values. So as somebody was mentioning, I think किसने लिखा था? आदित्य ने लिखा था tablets. Okay, tablets. Let's look for the tablets. So if I want to find the number of tablets in New York, start from New York. तो number of tablets के लिए क्या करें? Number of tablets. तो number of tablets के लिए ऐसा करते हैं ना, mobiles and earphones हटा देते हैं, right? So for tablets, number of mobiles and earphones हटा देते हैं. How many number of mobiles and earphones are there? So their half is given 205. So total is 410, right? So sum of these two is 410. So 410 इसमें से less कर दूंगा. So 410 इसमें से less कर दूंगा तो कितना बचेगा? That would be 170. Yes or no? Is it okay? Yes. So 170 tablets in New York. Now same way, if I want to find out number of mobiles, so E plus T has to be removed, right? So 320 has to be removed. So 320 हटा देते हैं. So remaining is 260 earphones. Sorry, mobile था ना ये तो. That was mobile. Okay, I have written this in the wrong place. This time I am calculating number of mobiles. So for mobiles I am removing E and T. So E and T हटा दिया. तो E and T total was 320. तो 320 में से 170 गया तो वैसे भी निकाल सकते हैं ना. This is 150. And now this comes out to be how much? 320 चला गया तो this is 260. Is it okay? Please confirm all these values for New York. Please confirm all these three values for New York. Yes, Mukesh has mentioned already. So 260 mobiles, fine, and 150 earphones and 170 tablets. Fine. So exactly same way we can find out the remaining values for all these remaining three cities as well. ठीक है ना? Let's calculate that. I'm writing it here, so please confirm if I do some mistake anywhere. So I'm writing first to now this Washington. So for Washington, if I want to find W, so W के लिए मुझे मतलब मुझे mobiles निकालना है. Mobiles के लिए मुझे ये हटाना पड़ेगा. तो that means the orange one is to be subtracted double. तो 420. तो 420 ये है तो 420 less करूंगा तो 4 गया तो बचा 3. तो 320 it is, right? Fine. Okay. Now I want to find number of E. So this blue bar is giving me double of half of M and E. So the M and E total is 500. So 500 में से 320 यहाँ पे है तो this is 180. So of course this can be easily find out. So this is 500. So 500 के बाद ये बचा 240. Is it okay? Is it okay? ठीक है ना? Yes. Okay. Now I'm writing for other case also. So that's how basically we need to calculate faster. First we need to understand what is to be calculated, and then next step is to calculate it faster without committing any error. Okay. I'm continuing with this LA now. So for LA, if I want to calculate M, so mobile के लिए मुझे EOT को हटाना पड़ेगा. EOT का half दिया है orange graph में, orange bar में. That is 185. 185 का double would be how much? 370. तो 370 छोड़ दूंगा इसमें से. तो 370, 360 का तो 200, 190 is remaining. Now mobile and E together was given here. So that's double, that is 360. तो 360 में से 190 यहाँ पे है. So this is 170, that makes it 360, and this is 200. Please see, is it okay? If it is okay, कुछ तो गड़बड़ लग रहा है भाई यहाँ पे. Is there some mistake? Oh, this was 580. नहीं नहीं ठीक तो है. Is it okay for LA? I think there is some mistake here. For LA, please confirm. Let me check again. For mobile, what I did. So for mobile, I need to remove the double of this orange bar. So double of this orange bar is 18 to the 36 and 370 is to be subtracted. So 370 is to be subtracted from this. So 370 इसमें से less किया. So 360 गया तो 200, 10 more to 190. That's fine. Now E, how to find E? So M and E का half था blue में, तो 17, 17, 34, 350. अच्छा, this was 60 ना? Right, this was 60 here. This was 60 and this is 210. Yes, now it should be fine. Is it okay? Yes, 160. Yes, exactly. There was 160 and then 210 for tablets. Is it fine now? Yes, 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 that's correct. And moving to Chicago now. So for Chicago again, so number of mobiles would be, I need to subtract twice of this orange bar, that is 400. 400 less कर दिया, so this is 360. Now mobile plus earphone would be double of this. So double of this is 640. 640 इन दोनों का सम होना चाहिए 640. So that would be 280. Now this is total 640. 640 इसमें से less कर दिया. So this is 220. See whether it is okay. Again फिर से कहीं तो गड़बड़ कर दिया मैंने. This was 640. That's fine. And this total is 500. अच्छा ये 120 बनेगा क्या? 120 it is. Is it fine? Some of these two M and E, that is double of this 640. That's fine. Now orange is E plus T by 2. So in दोनों का sum, that is 400. 400 का half, there is 200 here. That's fine. This is 120 here, and this is 240. Sum of these two is 480. That's fine. This is 120 here. Yes, 120. So we have got all these values. Fine. Yes, 120 there. Let me write it again. उसको मैं 6 से लिख देता हूँ. This is 120 here, and this was also 160. So that there is no correction. This was 160 and this is 120. Fine. So we have got all these values of exact number of gadgets sold in that particular city. Now still that outlet part is still remaining. Right? That outlet part is still remaining. If how many from outlet A and how many from outlet B. Is it okay so far? I hope all of you have noted down this table. So you may use it with the further information to solve the questions. So I'm moving to the next slide now. Till this point, is there any confusion? Anything you want to clarify? I hope it is okay. Shall I proceed ahead? Shall I proceed ahead? Okay, I'm moving further now. So now on the next slide, some more information is available. Now see here, I'm reading it for you. It says there are 4 points. The first point says number of mobile, earphone and tablets sold by outlet A of New York is 55%, 44%, 60% respectively of total number of mobiles, earphones and tablets sold in New York respectively. तो न्यूयॉर्क में टोटल कितने सेल किए हैं that you already know, but now their division also we can find out using this information कि outlet A में कितना है. तो mobile sold is 55% of total mobiles sold, and same way 44% for earphone and 60% for tablets. Same in the second point, it's talking about the outlet A sale of Washington, which is 20%, 15%, and 20% of the total number of gadgets sold in Washington. Right? And same with the number of mobiles, earphone, and tablets sold by outlet B of Los Angeles is exactly given 120, 72, 84. And for the fourth city, Chicago, the ratio of number of mobiles sold by outlet A to B is 4:5. Ratio of number of earphones sold by outlet A to B is 9:5. And ratio of number of tablets sold by A to B is 3:5. So basically, using these 4 points, now you can find out the exact number of gadgets sold of each kind in each city by both the outlets, outlet A and B, right? So we can move back to the previous table and fill those values. Please do that. Please do that, and this is followed by the questions. If you have noted down this information, then I can move to the next slide, which is having questions. By the way, should we fill these values in the previous table? I'm giving you 2-3 minutes. Please do that. All of you have already made the table, so you just need to bifurcate for outlet A and outlet B of each cities for each of the gadgets. Okay, I hope you have filled the values. Is it done? Okay, so even if you have not done, let's complete it on the table which we just filled here. So I'm starting with this New York only. First, so New York, mobiles, earphones, and tablets, MET. That is in the same order which we had mentioned. Yes, you have done. That's very nice. So let me also do it here. So MET, they are in the same order. So for New York, for outlet A, they are in the ratio of 55%, 44 and 60% of the total number of mobile earphone respectively. है ना? So let's fill it here, 55%, 44%, 60%. 55, 44, 60. Let me use different colors here. I'm using, let's say, blue color. So for New York, it is 55%, 44% and 60%. Okay, what is 60% of 170? Should we make another table? Should we make another table? Let's work here only. So 60% of 170 is how much? 170 का half तो हो गया 85 plus 17 more, right? That is 102. This is 102. So 102 for outlet A. Here 44%. So 150 का 44% कितना हो जाएगा? So 40% is 60 and 6 more. That is 66, isn't it? And here for mobiles 260 का 55%. So 50% is 130 and 13 more. That means 130 plus 13 is 143. Is it okay? So these are the values for outlet A. Outlet A in New York. Is it fine? I'm writing the values for outlet B as well. Let me use the different yellow this time. So 260 में से 143 जाएगा तो कितना बचेगा? That would be 17. So 117. So 117 for outlet B mobiles in New York. And 150 minus 66. तो 50 तो एक चला गया, 16 और जाएगा तो it is 84. And same way 170 minus 102 would be 68. Please confirm, is it okay? So this is regarding New York outlet A and B. Okay, I'm moving further. So इन values को हटा देते हैं. Now for the next city, that is for Washington now, it is 20, 15 and 20 in the same order, mobile, earphone and tablet, right? So 20, 15 and 20% of the total gadgets is again for outlet A. So outlet A के लिए 20, 15, 20 in Washington, 20, 15, 20. Okay. Washington के लिए it is 20%, 15% and 20%. It's for outlet A. Blue I'm writing for outlet A. So 20% of 320 is 64. 15% of 180 is 18 plus 9, that is 27. And 20% of 240, that is 48. Okay. And the remaining are for the outlet B. So 320 minus 64. So 20 to ek chala gaya, that is 300. 300 minus 44 more. Okay. 180 minus 27, 13 निकाल दूंगा तो 150, तो that is 153. Same way here, 240 minus 48, तो 40 minus कर देते हैं, remaining 200, 8 और minus कर दूंगा. Mobiles, earphone, tablet, again in same order, MET sold by outlet B this time. Outlet B of Los Angeles is 120, 72 and 84. 120, 72 and 84. Los Angeles के लिए ये outlet B है, ये ध्यान रखना, right? So 120, 72, 84. 20 outlet B के लिए I'm using yellow color. So 120, 20, 72 and 84. Fine. So corresponding outlet A values also we can write. So 190 minus 120 is 70 only. Here it would be 60 तो चला गया, 12 और less करना है तो it is 88. And 210 minus 84 तो 10 minus कर देते हैं तो 200, 200 minus 74 और less करना तो 126. Is it fine? Yes, okay. Moving to the last part, Chicago. So for Chicago, what is given? In Chicago, the ratio of number of mobiles sold by outlet A and B is 4:5. So mobile ratio 4:5. Earphones के लिए 9:5 and tablets के लिए 3:5. So 459535. That is the ratio. 459535. So the ratio here is 4:5, 9:5 and 3:5. ठीक है ना? I hope I have not made any error. Let me recheck. Here it was. So yes, 4, 5, 9, 5 and 3, 5 in that order. So let me check now. So 4, 5. So 360 के 9 parts करने हैं, right? 360 के 9 parts करने हैं. So each part would be 40 each, right? And 40 into 4. So this is 160. I hope you can do it very easily. देवदत्ता, वॉशिंगटन के लिए टोटल गैजेट्स का परसेंटेज है. हाँ, टोटल का ही परसेंटेज तो लिया है सब में. Is there any problem there? That's fine, na? It's 160 here. And here the remaining is of course the other 200 part. यहाँ पे 14 parts करने, 14 2s are 28, so each part is 20, तो 20 into 9 is 180, this is 180. And same way here 8 parts करने, तो 15 का एक part बनेगा, that is 45. So this is for outlet A, and outlet B also I'm writing in the yellow color. So this is 200, and this is 100, and this would be how much? 20 get 25 volts, 75. Now please confirm. Is it fine? One is saying Washington के लिए total gadgets का percentage given था. Let me recheck what you are saying. For Washington you are saying, na? So these values I have filled. So let me recheck for Washington. So Washington, हाँ तो total ही है भाई. अच्छा total, no, ये total gadgets respectively ही लेना होगा यहाँ पे. Okay, I'm getting your point. Number of mobiles, earphone, tablets sold by outlet A of Washington is 20%, 15%, 20% respectively of total number of gadgets sold in Washington. Okay, so Vansh and others they are saying कि यहाँ पर जो percentage दिया है 20, 15, 20 ये total gadgets का है, not only total mobiles, total earphones and total tablets, isn't it? That's what you are saying, है ना? Okay, so ठीक बात है, because in the previous sentence it was mentioned total number of mobiles, earphones and tablets respectively, and here it has mentioned total number of gadgets, so it is not individual. Fine, okay, I agree with you. Okay, so with that the numbers will change then. So 20, 15 and 20, let's get back. 20, 15 and 20%. 20, 15 and 20%, yes. So for Washington we are changing the numbers. It is 20%, 15% and 20%, but of total gadgets, right? That's what you are saying. ठीक है ना? Fine, Mukesh, once, so we are accepting that. So उसके लिए फिर मुझे इनको erase करना होगा, the numbers which we had written earlier. So let me erase those numbers. Okay, I'm erasing these numbers. So let's rewrite these values for Washington. Because in case of Washington, this percentage is given for the total gadgets. So 20% of total gadgets, 74 का 20% कितना हो जाएगा? 24 का 70% would be 148, right? So 148, this is 148. This is 15%, ये भी 148, 20% ही था ये भी, this is 148. And 15% of 74 would be 74 plus 37, right? That is 111. So same way outlet B values also we can find out by subtracting. So 320 minus 148 कितना बचेगा? That is 152, 172 it is. This is 172. Same way here, 180 minus 111, that would be 69. Yes, that's true. And 240 minus 148 would be 92. Okay, thanks for that correction. Is it fine now? Is it fine now? So now we have taken care of all the words mentioned there. हाँ, respectively नहीं लिखा था ना वहां पे सुमित्र. Sumitra is saying, let's recheck once again. So in this case, in the second point, number of mobiles, earphones and tablets sold by outlet A of Washington is 20%, 15% and 20% respectively. This respectively is for this order, right? This 20% refers to mobile, 15% refer to earphones and 20% refer to tablet, right? This respectively meaning that only. This respectively means for this order only. But now this much percentage of what? So of total number of gadgets sold, right? So I assumed in the previous case, just like the previous statement, that total number of mobiles, earphones, tablets respectively, right? But in this case, it is mentioned about total number of gadgets only. So that's why the numbers we have changed. I hope it is okay now. ठीक है Sumitra? Fine. So we have got the entire table now. Now we can move to the questions and then we can answer them very easily. You can see what we are supposed to do. So in this case, we had some bar graph using that there were some average values. So by using that some simple algebraical calculations, we found out the total number of gadgets sold in each of the cities separately. Fine. After that, there were 4 more points. Based on that, we found the number of gadgets sold in both the outlets individually. Is it fine? Right? So now there are the questions which follow all this. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 5 questions. So please take your time and answer it fast. Now it should not take more than 3-4 minutes. Right? We already spent time in solving the entire thing. Now you just need to see the table and answer these questions. All of you have made this table. Now please answer these questions. I'm giving you 3-4 minutes for this. Okay. So I can see the answers here by Jatin, Mukesh, Bipsa. Others also, not complete answers yet. Want more time? I'm giving you 2 more minutes. Please finish it fast. Please finish it fast. We've done the entire thing. Now it's not that difficult. I'm giving you 2 more minutes exactly. For fourth question, Jatin is saying C, but Vansh is writing D. Ayush also says C. Vansh, please recheck. Here, two students are saying option C for the fourth question. Okay, let's check now. Let's check now. So I hope all of you have solved by now. Let's see. So of course I need to get back to the table. मैं यहाँ shift कर लेता हूँ इसे. अच्छा भाई. Okay, the first question here. First question says find the difference between total number of gadgets. It's asking about total number of gadgets sold by outlet B in New York. See, total gadgets, that means it will include M plus E plus T, right? It will include M plus E plus T. Sold by outlet B in New York, and the total number of gadgets sold by outlet A in Los Angeles. So this sum we have not done, so we need to do it, right? ये हमें करना पड़ेगा. Let's do it. Let's see in the table. तो आउटलेट बी न्यूयॉर्क का, पहले न्यूयॉर्क चेक करते हैं. तो न्यूयॉर्क के लिए आउटलेट बी, न्यूयॉर्क के लिए आउटलेट बी. सो बैक जाना होगा. न्यूयॉर्क आउटलेट बी. बाय द वे क्वेश्चंस, हाँ, वन बाय वन वी आर हैविंग ऑल द क्वेश्चंस. आई विल राइट इट हियर ओनली फॉर द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो आउटलेट बी के लिए आउटलेट बी ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क, टोटल गैजेट्स आई वांट. आउटलेट बी ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क. Here is outlet B of New York. New York outlet B is the yellow one. तो इसका टोटल 117 plus 84 plus 68 कितना बन जाएगा? यही कर लें क्या? या वहां लिखता हूं, चलो 117 84 68. 117 84 68. 117 84 68. That's what I need to add. यही था ना 117 84 68. यार ये बार बार वहां जाना पड़ेगा. It's fine. So how much is this sum? Let's find it. So 7 11 11 8 19 का 9 1 7 8 15 15 and 11 15 11 is 26. So this is 269. Fine. And the other part is the total number of gadgets sold by outlet A in Los Angeles. So outlet A in Los Angeles, that outlet A is with blue color. Outlet A in Los Angeles. Outlet A in Los Angeles. Los Angeles outlet is 70 88 126. 70 88 126. 70 88 126. It is 70 88 126. Now we need to add that also. So 8 and 6 14 ka 4 1 carry, that makes 13. 13 plus 7 20, 20 and 8 28. So the difference is what I'm looking for, and it is how much? It is 15. Yes or no? So answer for option question 1 is C. There's no doubt about that. Everyone is getting that. Fine. So option C is the right answer for the first question. Moving to the second one. First is correct to everyone now? Yes. Moving to second question now. It says find the difference between total number of earphones. This is total number of earphones sold by outlet A and B of all the cities together. Basically outlet A and outlet B तो मतलब combined ही हो गया ना, combined total sale आ गई किस चीज की? Earphones of all the cities together. So basically I need to add earphones of all the 4 cities, right? I need to add the all the earphones of all the 4 cities. So let's get back to the table. So earphone of all the 4 cities. So basically sum of these 4 values. Just add it here only. 0 0 0 0, that is 0, and then 5 15 5 and 8 13, 13 and 6, 13 and 6 is 19, 19 and 8 would be 27 ka 7, 2 carry, 2 and 1 3 and 1 4 and 1 5 and 2 7. So it is 770. Let's recheck. 0 13 13 and 6 19, 19 and 8 27 ka 7, 2 and 1 3 and 1 4 and 1 5 and 2 7. Yes, 770 should be the answer. So it is here. ओए क्या गड़बड़ किया भाई? It's not asking it is asking difference. I was calculating sum. Sorry. It is asking difference between the total number of earphones sold by A and B. I just found the sum. Anyway, let's get back. Let's get back. So basically, I need to find the sum of all earphones sold by outlet A and by B, and then their difference is required, not sum. Okay, their sum was 770. The difference, I need to check it again. Let's see here. So earphones का जो ये blue वाले हैं, यानी outlet A वाले हैं, first let's add them separately and then blue one separately. So 6 and 1 7, 7 and 8 15, 15 का 5, 1 carry. So that makes it 7, 7 and 11. 7 and 11 is 18, 18 plus 18 is 36, 36 plus 8. 36 plus 8 is 44. Right? This is 445. Now I need to subtract what thing? This outlet B earphones. Earphones sold by outlet B in all the four cities combined. So we need to add these yellow values. So 4 plus 9, 13, 13 and 2, 15 ka 5, 1 carry. 1 and 8, 9, 9 and 6, 15, 15 and 7, 22, 22 and 10. 22 and 10 is 32. I hope it's fine. Let's check it again. 13 into 15 ka 5, 1 carry, 9 and 6, 15, 15 and 7 is 22, 22 and 10, 32. So their difference is what we are looking for. So of course 32 and 4, this is 12 here. So 120 should be the answer, right? 120 is our desired difference. Yes, it was asking for difference. So 120 is the right answer. So let's check now. Here it is. Yes, option A, 120. Yes, you were mentioning C, A only. That's correct. Moving to the third question. Now find the ratio of number of mobiles sold by outlet A. Now mobiles sold by outlet A of Washington to the number of earphones sold by outlet B of Chicago. Can you see? कितने बकवास बकवास चीजें हैं ना? Same, we are to work with numbers. Just look for the numbers in the table. Sometimes we have to add them, sometimes subtract, sometimes find the ratio. That's it, right? So these are the basic things in which it's very easy. It's very easy to commit mistakes, but we have to be vigilant, right? And it's difficult. It's difficult to be very careful on screen specifically. Paper पे फिर भी आप उंगली रख के काम कर सकते हो, right? But on the screen when you are seeing numbers, sometimes it becomes too much tedious, right? But we have to do that. We have to do that. Anyway, it says number of mobiles sold by outlet A. Mobiles sold at outlet A of Washington. Okay, mobiles at outlet A of Washington. Outlet A means blue color. So mobiles Washington. Mobiles A Washington. Here it is. So mobiles A Washington. There's 148, right? 148 is the one number. Get back. What is the other number? So this is what 148. What is the other number we are looking for? We want to find the ratio. The other number is number of earphones at outlet B Chicago. Earphones B Chicago. Okay, earphones B Chicago is here. So earphones Chicago at B, that is 100, right? Earphones Chicago B, that is 100. So that was a simpler question. There was nothing to add. So this is 100. We need to find this ratio, right? We need to find this ratio. So what common factor can you see here? Of course, if I check from the options, 28 can't be here, 13 can't be here. They are certainly negated, right? If I want to keep 5 here, that means 20 must be the multiplying factor, but 20 into 8 is not 148. So this is also negated. Of course, option D should be the answer, right? Let's verify this. Let's verify this. So 100 से 25 बनाने का मतलब 4 is the multiplying factor, right? Now I'm not cancelling, I'm reverse checking. So 25 into 4 is 100. So 37 into 4, is that 148? Let's check. 37 into 4 करना है. 37 का double 74. 74 का double 148. Yes. So that's the correct answer. That's fine. ठीक है ना? So yes, so this is the answer for this question. So option D. And moving to the last question. So yes, fourth question के लिए answer D ही था ना? कई लोग गलत उल्टा बोल रहे थे. So option D was right answer. And this is the last question of this set. अच्छा. That's the third question or what? This was the first question C. Second one A. Third question. This was third question D. Now moving to the fourth question. It says total number of mobiles sold by outlet A. Total number of mobiles sold by outlet A of all the cities together. So सारे mobile of outlet A, that is to be added, right? And that we need to find is approximately how much percentage more or less than the total number of tablets sold by outlet A for all the cities together. So basically blue वाले यानी कि outlet A के सारे mobiles and सारे tablets, that's what we need to compare, and then we need to see कि mobile is how much percentage more or less than the tablets. ठीक है ना? Let's see. So we need to see only for the outlet A, that is the blue ones, and we are comparing mobiles and tablets. Mobiles and tablets. Let's get back there. So here it is, mobiles and tablets of blue only. So इसको तो erase कर ही देते हैं, इसकी requirement नहीं है, that is done. So I'm talking about mobiles and tablets. So mobile देखते हैं पहले blue वाले. So 3 and 8, 11, 11, 11 का 1 and then 1 carry. So 14 plus 1, 15, 15, 15 plus 7 पहले लेता हूँ. 15 plus 7 is how much? 15 plus 7 is 22. 22 and 30, right? 30. 22 plus 30 is 52. 22 plus 30 is 52. So this is 521. Fine, this is 521. ठीक है ना? And same way that tablets sold by outlet A of all the cities put together, let's add these blue values here. तो 102 and 148 directly add कर लेंगे क्या? That is 250, right? 250. 250 and इसको 50 ही मान लेता हूँ, 5 यहाँ से डाल देते हैं ना, तो 250 plus 50 is 300, 300 plus 121, 300 plus 121 is 421. So this value is 421. I hope it is okay. Please check, is it fine? 521 and 421. So 2, 8, 10, 10, 11, 21, 2, 12 and this 26, 26 and 12, 38, 38 and 4. Yes, that's true. That's fine. Okay. Now question is 521 is how much percent less or more than this? Of course it is more. It is percentage more, right? Kitna zyada hai? Let's check 521 and 421. Yes, we are here. So this value is 521. And this other value is 421. So we are comparing with 421. We are comparing than the total number of tablets sold by outlet A. So tablets are 421, right? So this tablet part will come in denominator. So this minus divided by 421 into 100. That is the expression we need to calculate, right? You may use a calculator if you require. You may use calculator also. That's no problem there. Or otherwise you can calculate mentally also. Question is asking about the approximate value. We have to just calculate approximate value, and the options are quite far away. They are not too close. There is there is enough gap, 29%, 14%, 20%, 24%. There is enough gap of 4%, 5, 6% like that. ठीक है ना? So we need to calculate, simplify this. Let's simplify whatever we can do. So this comes out to be 100 upon 421 into 100. Fine so far? For example, if I assume it to be 100 only, so this is 425, it's 25, right? Now tell me, answer would be less than 25% or more than 25? What do you say? If I assume it to be 100, if I assume it to be 400 basically, if I assume it to be 400 only, so 100 4s are 400, 100 by 4 would be 25, right? So answer would be 25 if this is 400, but this is more than 400. Right, this is more than 400. So more than 400, that means denominator is more. That means the number will decrease. So answer would be less than 25%. Right, less than 25%. So, but not that much less. 29 is certainly discarded. है ना? Not that much less. 14 is also not possible. So out of 20 or 24, it would be something. Right? Exactly how much? Exactly how much? That we need to calculate. So we can use calculators. Right? We can use calculators. Not problem. So it is less than 25%, so not that much less, that is certainly discarded. Acha, let's examine, will it be 20%? Let's check that. Will it be 20% or more than that? See, इसको तो जाने देते हैं, 421 का 10% कितना होगा? What is 10% of 421? Can you tell me? 10% of 421. It is 42.1, yes or no? 42.1, and 20% would be 84.2. So now this is 100. Of course, it is more than 20%, right? So it is clearly more than 20%, but less than 25%. So answer is certainly going to be more than 20% and less than 25%. So that's how we can negate all the other options. So of course, option D is the right answer. And by the way, as I already mentioned, that when calculator is allowed, on-screen calculator is allowed, so for these simple petty calculations, we can rely on the calculator also. There is not an issue at all. So a correct answer here is option D for the fourth question. Is it fine? Is it clear? समझ में आ गई ये बात? And moving to the last question of this set now. I hope you are understanding what I am saying here, right? I could have left it here only कि calculate कर लो और निकाल लो answer, right? But I'm checking you, I'm telling you how to solve it. How to solve it? That if I'm taking it to be 400, I'm getting the limit of 25%, so answer should be less than 25%. Further, when I'm left with these two options, so I'm checking whether my answer would be 20% or more than that. So we found out that answer is going to be 100 is certainly more than 84.2. So answer is going to be more than 20%. That's how I negated option C as well. So still I have not calculated the exact value, but still I can cancel out the other options. So that's the way to use options. I hope it is clear. Fine. Okay, moving further to the last question here. Charu, our scheduled time is up to 6, but it depends. It depends how much time you can spare. Fine. The scheduled time is 3 to 6 only. Okay, moving to the last question of this set. We have few more sets. So first let's see this last question here. It says the price of a tablet is rupees 22,000. Okay. Then find the total revenue generated by outlet B of Washington by selling tablets. So we are to calculate the total revenue collected or generated by outlet B of Washington by selling tablets. तो Washington के आउटलेट B से टैबलेट्स कितने हुए और उसको 22,000 से मल्टीप्लाई करना, राइट? तो 1000 तो सब में है ही, जाने दो, 1000 का करना भी क्या है, जस्ट 22 से मल्टीप्लाई करना, राइट? इन अ वे जस्ट 22 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, वो भी यहीं पे इजी कर लेते हैं ना, 22 अच्छा कर लेते हैं, कोई बात नहीं, 22 से मल्टीप्लाई कर लेंगे. ओके, सो वॉशिंगटन के आउटलेट बी से टैबलेट्स, राइट? वॉशिंगटन येलो वाले टैबलेट्स, so Washington yellow tablets, Washington yellow tablets are here. So Washington tablets yellow, it is 92, right? There's nothing to be added, it's just 92. So we just need to multiply this 92 with 22, isn't it? So Washington tablet from outlet B, that is yellow ones, they are 92. So I just need to multiply this 92 with 22. So let's come back to the question. Here it is. So 92 is to be multiplied with 22. It's not that difficult. I hope you can do it very easily. Again, you can use a calculator if you wish. So otherwise, we can multiply also. That's not difficult. If I multiply by 2, it will come out to be, if I multiply by 2, it comes out to be 184, right? Now it is to be multiplied with 11. Fine. Now how to multiply with 11? I am sure all of you know it very easily. It's very easy thing. So whenever we are to multiply a number with 11, so put the last digit as it is, it will remain 4, and then I would always add the two adjacent digit to write the next number. ठीक है ना? So 4 plus 8 will land in 2, that is 12, 12 ka 2, 1 carry. Then again 8 plus 1, that is 9, 9 plus 1, 10 ka 0, 1 carry. And finally this 1 is alone because there is nothing ahead. So 1 plus 1, that is 2. So 2024. So that option D should be the right answer. Okay? Otherwise you could have multiplied also, that's not difficult. I hope it is okay now. So we have discussed all the questions. We also dealt everything in this required in this question. So this was a good question in comparison to the first one, isn't it? How would you rate this question in comparison to the first one? जो हमने पहला set solve किया था, and the second set. So how would you rate this one? What's your estimation? What's your reviews for this one? It's a better one, right? It's a better one than the first one. Basically, in terms of time consuming, it is more time consuming. It was more time consuming than the first set. And as I've already told you that all questions are of equal marks. All questions are of equal marks. Yes, it's not tricky. Some key points, small points were there, but they were calculative. There were so many numbers involved, right? So now you please tell me, out of these two sets, if in an exam you are to select one set, remember both were having 5 questions each, right? Both are having equal marks. So which set would you prefer to solve? The first one or second one? Which set would you prefer to solve? First one or second one? Of course, first one. And that's what this sense you are to develop, this skill you need to develop. राइट तो आसान को देख के यार ये तो बहुत आसान है, अरे ये तो बहुत आसान है तो अच्छा है, and look for the easier set, easier questions in that particular set, in that particular section and solve it, right? So it's not only for the set. In a set also, when there are 4 or 5 questions, so among the 4 or 5 questions also, some questions are less calculative, some are more. You may have noticed that in this set also, among the 5 questions, there was some questions in which we were to add many values, right? And there were some questions which we were not to add anything. We were to just see the numbers and compare them, ratio calculate kar liya ya percentage kuch nikal diya, like that, right? So in same set also, all the 5 questions are of not equal difficulty level. They are not going to consume equal time. So we need to be very specific which set to solve, and of that set, which question to be attempted, right? And for that, practice is certainly essential. By practice only, you will get to know that for this question, I need to do lot more work in comparison to some other question. I hope you are getting the whole idea. That is the whole test taking strategy, how you are going to attempt during a test. And that preparation phase, this preparation phase is for that part only, that we need to be well prepared for that, well practiced. Okay, moving to the next set now. Ready? So far in the both these sets, we were having bar graphs. So this time in the third set, the data is represented in totally different format. Yes, there were excessive calculation. Many of you are writing not that hard, but lengthy. Yes, of course, calculative, exactly. So first set would be preferred over the second one. That's perfectly true. Now, ready for the next set? Yes. Jatin is always first one. Good. Okay. So I'm moving to the next set now. So here it is. This is the third set. I'm sure you are able to see it on your screens now. So it's a different graph now, different shape now. Now this type of graph is known as radar graph, sometimes pentagonal graph. There are many different names you can find. And to represent data in a totally new format, that has been a specialty of CAT as well as ZAT. And when IFT used to conduct its own separate test, that IFT also used to give different formats of graphs. So let me read this information for you. It says, a mobile sales company recorded the total number of mobiles sold by boys and girls over 5 months, August, September, October, November and December in 2024. तो 5 महीनों का मोबाइल सेल का डेटा दिया है by boys and girls. The company organized the data to analyze sales trends based on gender. The given radar graph shows the total number of mobiles sold for males and females in different months. So basic point is that we should be able to read the data properly. Are you able to see the numbers? If you want me to write the numbers separately, I can write that also. Please confirm, are you able to see it properly? October month में one value is not clear, okay? October month में is 210 it is overlapped here actually. It is 210. Let me use the blue color, I guess, yellow. This is 210 here. In October month, there are two values, 140 and 210. The earlier value refers to the earlier point. That's a simple thing. Basically, to make the thing simpler, we can frame a table out of it, isn't it? Yes, it is 210 here. So we can make a table out of it. Let me make a table for all of you. So it's talking about boys and girls, and we have the data of 5 different months: August, September, October, November, December. So August, September, October, November and December. We have the data of these 5 months of 2024, and we have data regarding boys and girls. Boys and girls. Fine. So whatever numbers are written here, we can mention in the table. So Tableau format is always very handy tool, very easy tool. So okay, so I'm writing the numbers here. So let's read it. That will be exercise for you also. So boys are referred in the blue color here and girls are referred in orange color. So I'm talking about the blue part, boys for blue. Okay, boys for blue. So boys August में कितना है 150. ठीक है, बॉयज पे आगे चलते हैं. अगस्त के बाद सितंबर में बॉयज कितना है, दैट इज 90. सितंबर के बाद इज अक्टूबर, इट इज 210. Then in November it is 110 and December it is 120. I hope it is fine. Now same way for girls. Now if I write the values, so for girls are represented in the orange color here. So girls in August it is 120 and this orange part in September it is 150 and the next in October it is 140 and orange part here it is 110. Oh, did I do some mistake? Oh, sorry, orange part here is 160. Sorry, it's 160 in November, and in December this orange part refers to 180. ठीक है ना? So all the values we have mentioned in the table now, it's very easy to read it. So that's what we could have seen through this diagram. That's it. There's nothing much. So basically the shape of diagram, by the shape of the diagram, we should not be baffled up. That is the whole idea of discussing this particular set. The data is not too much, it's simple data. It's simple data. It is just represented in a different format. So by seeing this format, we could have drawn this table like that. Otherwise, we could read directly from the graph also, that's no problem. But sometimes that may be confusing sometimes. So it's easier, it's better. You just spend one more minute and make this table. Okay. So on the next slide now, they are going to the questions. I'm moving to the next part now. Next slide. Yes, there are the questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 5 questions. And this time, I'm sure it should not take more time, but I'm giving you still 10 minutes. So in my system, it shows 16:52. So I'm giving you 10 minutes. So that would be 17:02. Please solve it. If you want to refer back to the table, you can just go behind the timeline. Otherwise, I am sure you also must have the table. There are the 5 questions in front of you. Please solve them. Jatin, Mukesh, Viren, they have given a few answers. You have still 4-5 minutes remaining. Please finish fast. Excellent. Aditya, Bipsa, they have submitted the answers to all the 5 questions. Good. Jatin, good. You still have 2-3 minutes. Please finish fast, those who are still doing. It seems that most of you have done. I can see the answers by many of you. Charu, Harshit, Devadatta, Nikita, Jatin, and others who have already submitted. Vansh, Dipsa. Viren has also submitted the answer to the last question. Okay, so I gave you time up to 17:02, but you have finished 2 minutes before, almost everyone. Okay, let's see now. Let's see. So without wasting time, let's discuss the questions and check whether our answers are correct? So I had already formed the table earlier, and let me shift this part. Okay, so the first question says, if the total number of mobiles sold by boys and girls in January 25, now it's talking about January 25. Remember the data was the 5 months, last 5 months of 2024, है ना? But here it is talking about January 2025. That means after December 24, this is the next month, right? Now it says if, the question is starting from if. So अगर मान लें ऐसा हो, right? Assuming that if the total number of mobiles sold by boys and girls in January 25 is 25% more, किससे, right? From what? It is more than that of September 24, right? So whatever number of mobiles had been sold in 24, तो उससे 25% ज़्यादा, more number of has been sold, are being sold in 25 of January. Then find the total number of mobiles sold by boys and girls in January 2025. So basically it is just asking about 25% more number than the total mobiles sold by boys and girls in September 24, isn't it? That's a very simple value. We just need to see that value. So let's get back to the table. In September, total mobiles sold by boys and girls together, it is 240, right? So we just need to increase it by 25%. I just need to increase. Yes, exactly same, correct, Mukesh? So this is simply 240 plus 25%. And all of you know that 25% is nothing but 1/4, right? 1/4. So now 1/4 of what? 224, of course. So 1/4 of 240 is 60, right? So this is basically 240 plus 60, that is 300. So option D is certainly the right answer. Is it okay? Yes. All of you, most of you, I can see the answers here is option D for the first one. Fine. Okay, moving to the second question now. It says, find the ratio of the total number of mobiles. Now it's talking about the ratio of the total number of mobiles sold by boys, only boys is talking about, in August, boys in August and December together. Okay, boys, mobiles sold by boys in August and December together. Okay, this is the one quantity. So ratio of this quantity and the total number of mobiles sold by girls in December. So basically these are the small things which we need to be very careful about कि किस numbers का ratio निकालना है. For what numbers we are supposed to find the ratio. So these are the two numbers here. So what is the first part? The first part is total number of mobiles sold by boys in August, December together, right? And the second part, and the total number of mobiles sold by girls in December. Let's check both of them one by one. तो बॉयज ने अगस्त और दिसंबर में कितने मोबाइल सेल किए हैं? लेट्स सी द टेबल. बॉयज अगस्त एंड दिसंबर. Okay, so boys in August and December, here it is. So 150 plus 120, right? That is 270. So here this first number is 270 is to what is the second part with which we need to calculate the ratio? That is December girls, right? Mobile sold by girls in December. Okay, girls in December, that is 180. Fine. So 180. Now that's quite simple. So can you see the common factor? It's 90, right? So 93s are 270 and 92s are 80. So 3 by 2 or 3 is to 2. That is option A. So certainly option A is the right answer. ठीक है ना, ऊपर लिख लेते हैं. तो पहले का D है, दूसरे का A आया है. Fine so far. Moving further to the third question now. Alright, moving to the third one now. Third says the total number of mobiles sold by boys in October. So boys in October, right? Now that is what percentage more, again percentage more, कितना percent ज़्यादा है किससे? Than the total number of mobiles sold by girls in August. So basically this first number is how much percent more than the second number. So what are the two numbers? Let's get back to the table again. So boys in October, first see that. So boys in October is 210. So first number is 210. तो 210 कितना ज्यादा है दूसरे नंबर से? तो डिनोमिनेटर में वही नंबर आने वाला है into 100, right? What is the second number? That is the mobile sold by girls in August. So girls in August, that is 120. So this is 120. That's it. So this is what we need to calculate here. Is it fine? Again, very easy question, not difficult at all. So this difference is 90. So 90 by 120 into 100, it's clearly 75%, right? 33s are 90, 34s are 120, and 3/4 of 100 is 75%. This is 75%. So option C is the right answer. So D, A, C so far. ठीक है. Moving to the next question now quickly. Fourth one. It says out of the total number of mobiles manufactured in December. तो दिसंबर में total जितने भी बने हैं, right? चाहे boys हो girls हो, किसी ने भी सेल किए हो, लेकिन ये तो मैन्युफैक्चर की बात कर रहा है by the way. 45% of the mobiles sold by girls, and then find the total number of mobiles unsold in December. Okay, it is something else. We need to be careful. It's talking about out of the total number of mobiles manufactured in December. दिसंबर में जितने भी मोबाइल्स मैन्युफैक्चर हुए थे, out of that 45% are sold by girls. तो गर्ल्स ने उसमें से 45% सेल कर दी है. दैट मींस द नंबर ऑफ मोबाइल्स सोल्ड बाय दिस गर्ल्स इन दिसंबर, दैट इज 45%. ठीक है ना? तो कुछ तो बॉयज ने भी सेल किए ही हैं. सो क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग फाइंड द नंबर ऑफ मोबाइल्स अनसोल्ड इन दिसंबर. दैट मींस गर्ल्स ने कितने मोबाइल सेल किए हैं, उससे वी कैन कैलकुलेट द टोटल नंबर ऑफ मोबाइल्स मैन्युफैक्चर्ड इन दिसंबर, राइट? And then subtracting the total mobiles sold by boys and girls together, we will get the number of unsold mobiles, right? Let's see. So first, what is the number of mobiles sold by girls in December? Let's check that. So girls in December, they are selling 180 mobiles. So now this 180 is basically 45% of total manufactured, isn't it? It is total manufactured in December, right? So can you tell me from this information that how many total number of mobiles were manufactured? See, 45 will cancel out this 180 by 4, right? 45 times 4 is 180. So 1% is 4. So 100% would be 400. That means total manufactured mobiles are 400, right? So out of 400, how many have been sold? That we can see. So total 300 have been sold. 120 plus 180, right? So in December month, 120 plus 180, that is 300 mobiles have been sold altogether. So 400 minus 300, that is the remaining number of unsold mobiles. So option B is the right answer. Is it okay? Yes. So 400 minus 300, that is 100. That is option B. So this is the right answer for this question number 4. Again, very easy question, not difficult. We just need to understand carefully what is given and what is being asked. You know, that is the most important thing. प्लस माइनस करना, मल्टीप्लाई करना, डिवाइड करना, रेशियो निकालना इज नॉट डिफिकल्ट टास्क. लेकिन किसमें से किसको माइनस करना है, किसको मल्टीप्लाई करना है, दैट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट थिंग. नॉट एवरीवन इज एबल टू डू दैट, यू नो. हर कोई नहीं कर पाता है. पीपल डू सो मेनी मिस्टेक्स इन ऑल दीज थिंग्स. सो बट इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग्स केयरफुली, इट इज रियली वेरी इजी थिंग, नॉट डिफिकल्ट एट ऑल, राइट? Okay, moving to the last question. And by the way, I will give you example for that which I just mentioned, and I will check that how people commit mistakes. Anyway, let's see the last question of this set here. It says that total number of mobiles sold by boys and girls in November. Total mobiles sold by boys and girls together in November. November में दोनों का मिला के total जो भी है, that is how much less. See, it is not talking about percentage now. It is only asking about the how much less. मतलब difference निकालना पड़ेगा, right? किससे less पूछ रहा है? How much less than the total number of mobiles sold by girls in September. So this is only girls in September, and this is boys and girls in November. Let's first figure out what these two numbers are, and then we have to find the difference, isn't it? So boys and girls total in November, how many mobiles they are selling? So boys and girls in November. So boys and girls in November together, that makes it 270, right? That is 270. So 270 is our one number. So this 270 is one number. What the other number is? The other number is mobiles sold by girls in September. Girls in September. Let's check that also. So girls in September, that is 150. Girls in September, that is 150. I think ये उल्टा हो गया यहाँ पे ना. The question is inverted basically. कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया यहाँ पे. The total number of mobiles sold by boys and girls in November is how much less? This 270 is not less than this, right? उल्टा हो गया यहाँ पे. But anyway, understanding the feelings of the examiner, we can check that. So we want to find the difference here. That difference comes out to be 120. So basically, this question would be correct if you change this word. In place of less, you can just make it more. Because number of mobiles sold by boys and girls in November is more ना, it's not less, it is more. तो यहाँ पे more आना चाहिए, ठीक है ना? So answer would be option D here, that is 120. Is it okay? Yes, it should be more instead of less, exactly. Fine. So again, that was an easy set, not difficult, and this time most of you did it very fast. I gave you about 10 minutes, but many of you were able to do it in less than half of the time, just 4-5 minutes. And by the way, we started discussion also earlier for that reason only. Anyway, so as I was telling in between, that it is very easy to do the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It's not difficult. But point is that कि किसमें से किसको plus करना है, क्या minus करना है, people are really confused in that. And it's very difficult for them to understand that. So let's analyze this. I'm giving just an example for this. This was the 5 questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we have discussed. Okay, before moving to the next question, I will like to give you a small question here. Please tell me, I've done this in many other videos also. I don't know whether you have attended earlier sessions or not. Can you answer this fast? 1 minus 2 plus 3. It's simple addition subtraction question. Only 3 numbers I'm giving you. Simple numbers 1, 2, 3. 1 minus 2 plus 3. Please answer this fast. Okay, Jatin as usual, the fastest one, is saying 2. Mukesh also says 2. Areva, Vansh also says 2. Fine, plus 2. I think Bipsa, 2 means plus 2 only. That's by default. Okay, I have got one different answer. Viren says 4. Okay. Sumitra also says 2. Nikita 2. So few 4s here, few 2s here, and 1 is 4. And now Smriti says minus 4. Chaitanya also says minus 4. Now see, bhaiyo behno. Of course, majority of you are saying 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 students are saying 2 so far. 2 are saying 4 and 2 are saying minus 4. So there are 3 options so far, 2, 4 and minus 4. So there are 2 persons who are saying minus 4. There are 2 students who are saying 4. And there are, I think, 6 students who are saying 2. Now see what can be done. There are more students who are saying minus 4 now. So please, I am giving you another chance. Please recheck and confirm the final answer. It's simple question. 1 minus 2 plus 3. भाई इससे सिंपल सवाल तो कैट में नहीं आ सकता ना. उत्सव, what do you say? It is actually too simple for cat, but it is not too simple. It is not that simple for the cat aspirants. We can see here only. And by the way, I have tried this question at every level. Many of you know that I go for CBSE trainings. I take trainings of teachers in various CBSE schools, all over Haryana, Delhi, and many different places. So I tried this same question with teachers as well, and there also I get different answers. By the way, there are many more different answers. Some teachers say 0 also. Sometimes some people say 0, minus 2, and there are many different answers. I don't know how. So that is a misusage of the basic things. All of you know how to add, all of you know how to subtract, all of you know that board mass rule also, Chaitanya. Everyone knows board mass. Those who are saying 2, they are also using board mass. But are you using it properly or you are using it improperly? Correctly or incorrectly? That is what matters. Let me tell you how different people approach it. Yes, Teddy. Thanks for saying it. I couldn't say that, but yes, that's what I also wanted to say. See, it's not only with the persons who are watching it live here. As I was telling that, I have tried the same question, exactly same question in schools also with students for 3rd class up to 12th class, and then the teachers as well in various schools, not only in one place, in many different cities and many different teachers, many experienced teachers, and even your CAT aspirants we can see here. So very simple thing, but very easily we commit mistakes. So we need to be very careful while solving the questions. So it is not that important to answer fast. I repeat, this is very important thing, please understand. It is not that important to answer fast, because answering fast is by default. No one would like to answer very slowly. Jaldi kya hai, aaram se karenge. No. Everyone is going to react very fast. But what is important is accuracy. Are you accurate enough or not? Whatever you are answering, have you tried it? Have you tested it? Are you sure about it? That is very much important. ठीक है ना? इसीलिए हिंदी में काफी कहावतें भी है ना, वो क्या बोलते हैं, तोल मोल के बोल, right? And same way in English versions also there are, I'm forgetting the phrase. So, but whatever you are doing, now be sure about that, be confident about that. So whatever you are doing, whatever you are performing, that should be 100% accurate, and you should try to increase the level of accuracy. ठीक है? People answer 0 also, -4 also, -2 also. Yes, exactly. Doubt nahi karna, Jatin. Yes, let me tell you how people commit different mistakes. Let me tell you, people answer 0 also. By the way, right now no one has answered 0. So how do people answer 0? Let me tell you. Everyone, please tell me. This is -2 and this is +3, right? So 3 minus 2, that's fine. What is 3 minus 2? I'm telling you the wrong ways now. I'm telling you first the wrong ways. Can you tell me what is 3 minus 2? This 3 minus 2 is 1, right? 3 minus 2 is 1. ठीक है ना? So 3 minus 2 is 1, and this 1 is also there, right? This 1 is also there. So ये तो 1 था ही, let it be as it is, and this 3 minus 2 is also 1. Now what sign would be placed in between? So many people think like that. यहाँ पर minus था तो minus ही लगा दो. Many people think like that. यहाँ पर minus था तो minus ही लगा दो. So 1 minus 1 makes it 0. Can you tell me what is the mistake here? What is the mistake here? Can you tell me? This sign, right? So when we calculated 3 minus 2, this is negative is already been utilized. This is a -2, right? This is +3. So 3 minus 2 is +1. It is plus here, not minus. So but people think this is minus here, so minus ही लगा दो, तो 1 minus 1 0. That's wrong answer. ठीक है? That's a wrong answer. Fine. So that's how you can identify your mistakes on your own. And I don't need to point out everything here. But point is that we can see that different answers we are getting from here, and all of you know that. So please be very careful. That was the only purpose of doing this small exercise. And it's quite obvious that we commit mistakes. Now you know that English phrase, that sentence that to err is human, right? To err is human. It's quite obvious that we commit mistakes, we commit errors. But point is that, are we ready to accept that? Are we ready to accept that? So this to err is human, right? It's very common. It's very common that we commit errors, but it is not very common that we accept our errors. We don't. No, people don't. So to rise above, to come up, and to gain some heights in our character, in our preparation, every phase, is that to accept our shortcomings and try to work on them, right? To work on our shortcomings, to accept our shortcomings and work on them. Accept and then work on them. So that is the whole purpose, that is the whole objective of practice. If while doing practice, I was telling you about the mock test also, you are attempting more and more mock tests and so many things. But if you are not identifying, you are not accepting your mistakes, then there is not going to be any improvement. No, because you are not accepting your mistakes, then you have nothing to work on. You can give more tests, you can give more tests, you can take more and more tests, but there will not be the result which is you are expecting, right? So what is important is that with every experience you are having, whether you are able to solve a question, whether you solve it wrongly, whether you solve it correctly, whether you are able to solve it in less amount of time or you took more time, so we need to take experience from it, right? So how I can further improve, introspect and work on that thing. So that's how you can improve. I hope all of you are getting the message. Okay. So I think we shall move to the last set of the day. Ready? Or I think I can have one more puzzle for all of you before that. Okay. Let's take one puzzle. Let's do one puzzle before that. We have done many calculative things. So let's a bit come out of that and let's do something. Let me ask you a small puzzle before that. Yes, ek puzzle. Yes, ek puzzle ho jaye exactly. Yes, Vipsa. Yes. I'm also thinking that. So we have done a few questions based on calculations. Although calculations were not that difficult, but let's come out of that and think something logically. There are many logical questions basically. I told you in the beginning of the session about that puzzle book also, right? So you can refer to that. If you wish, I can tell the name again. The name was The Great Book of Puzzles and Teasers. The Great Book of Puzzles and Teasers. This is a very famous book. It's a small book, छोटी सी book है. I remember अभी तो currently मैंने check नहीं किया, तो earlier it was priced as 60-70 rupees. Now I think it should be around 100 or maybe 200. Not, it's a small book. It's a small book. So its author name is George Summers. George J. Summers. And beside that, there's also one very nice thing that you should also have a habit. You should also have a habit of solving Sudoku puzzles. This Sudoku and all its variants also basically. And variants. There are various kinds of Sudoku puzzles. The smaller normal Sudoku puzzles you may see in all the newspapers. There are 9x9 grids. You have to fill the numbers from 1 to 9, right? In every row, every column, you have to fill all the 9 numbers like that. And there are some variants also. This is a very famous book. That's what I'm saying. Yes, you should certainly do it. So there are total 150 puzzles in this, and I said you that questions are puzzling and simultaneously their solutions also puzzling sometimes. As I was telling in the beginning, that sometimes solution is also beyond our range. So it takes time sometimes to grasp what is given. Anyway, I'm talking about the Sudoku part now. So there are different variants also. In the variants, there are some extra conditions. For example, one of the variants is like that, that in each diagonal also there should be all 9 different numbers. Normally in classic Sudoku, you have the 9 different numbers in every row, every column, and every block, every box, right? So, but in the variants, you have some extra condition other than that. The normal conditions are there. Other than that, there are some extra conditions. For example, as I was telling you of the diagonal, so sometimes a diagonal is also marked that this diagonal will also have 9 different numbers. The other diagonal will also have the 9 different numbers. This is one of the variants, right? Like there are many other variants. Sometimes some boxes are having a circle inside them. So those circled cells would be having an even number only, like that. Fine. So that's how there are different variants, and there are many questions in actual exam which are based on that. And otherwise, that is a good logical game that helps you think logically, right? And certainly it may take time sometimes to solve the questions. Okay. Yes, 5-star Sudoku of Hindu is good. Good. Yes. The hard questions also, there are very different tricks. Now, how to think? So basically that's what it is going to help you, that how to think. As I was telling you, the purpose of whole preparation is that how to think, सोचना कैसे है, वही सीखना है. So when we develop that mindset of how to think, in what direction to think, what different things can I apply here, so that's how we are going to become a better problem solver, isn't it? So same problem is there with all of us. Everyone is having the same question, but how do you approach it? How do you solve it? That makes the whole difference, right? And how you can improve, for that you need to solve good questions, good questions. So these two resources I have just shared with you. Okay, these two resources I have shared with you. Yes, Futoshiki, there are various names. Good, excellent. Very nice to see these names. You know that. Good. Many other names. There are many different variants here. So Futoshiki is certainly one of them. So anyway, so you should start with that. You should start with that. When you will start it, then you will explore a whole new world. You will explore a whole new world of different puzzles, which are going to sharpen your brain cells. You know, which are going to sharpen your brain cells. And in one of my CBSE training in one of the school in Fatehabad, in Haryana, so there was one DAV school there. I went there. I was talking about these Sudoku puzzles only. So their principal there, she was an elderly lady. She told me, "Sir, Sudoku puzzles are very helpful for health also." I was surprised. Like, I don't know, ma'am. It may be, but it is certainly helpful for developing your intelligence, your brain, and it's a good engagement that I know. It's a fun and it's challenging sometimes. So, but it's I don't know whether there are any health benefits, but if you are saying so, it must be so. But she insisted, no sir, there are health benefits. Okay, it's good. It's if it's there. Then she again she thought that I'm not very convinced by her statement. So she gave an example. She said, sir, my father is 90 years old and he had so many diseases. He had so many brain issues, brain problems. So he was admitted in hospital also, but doctor said even after that much age, even after having so many health problems, so his brain is working fine just because of this habit that he is regularly playing Sudoku puzzles in newspapers and all. So she was very fond of that. And when I was explaining that to teachers, so she was very happy with that. Yes, everyone must learn that. Anyway, so point is that these puzzles, these different types of things, they are going to give you open your gateways to a whole new world of logical thinking, and that's what all the good management colleges demand. उनको यही चाहिए. Are you able to think? है ना, आप सोचने वाले आदमी हो, सोचने वाले पर्सन हो, या रट्टा मारने वाले पर्सन हो, ना रट्टा मार लिया, चिपका दिया, है ना, copy paste as it is. No, that won't work unless you are able to think. So these different logical things make you do the same task in a better manner, an efficient manner. That is what is required. ठीक है ना? Okay, Sumitra. There are various, by the way, there are various competitions also on national and international level. There are various competitions also on Sudoku, and there are different puzzles, different variants also. There are national and international competitions. And this year in January only, I got a chance to participate in Asian Sudoku Championship as a Indian team member. There was Asian Sudoku Championship in January. So I was able to participate there as an Indian team member. There were some 7-8 countries which participated: Japan, Korea, China, South Africa, South Korea, sorry, and what else? There were Bangladesh, Pakistan, and few more, I guess. Sri Lanka was also there. So these some Asian countries were there, and some top solvers were there. So for a Sudoku, which you might be taking 30-40 minutes, so there were puzzlers who were able to solve that in 3 minutes, even less than that. So I was having no match there, but that was a good experience. And a lot more things to understand, lot more things to know. So that's how this whole part is very important. So you should be regular in solving these things. So many times students think, ab kya solve kare. So try to improve more and more. There is no limit. Always you can get better persons than you. Always you can get a lot of persons around you who are much better than in many respects, right? So always have this learning radar open. Your radar should be open for learning. Okay. Let me give one more example how to solve faster. I'm giving you a small example. I'm giving you mathematical expression of addition subtraction only. So let's say my number is maybe third, maybe 3 and 1 by 4 plus, this is a mixed fraction, this is 3 and 1 by 4 plus you have to add maybe 6 and 3 by 4. That's a simple one. Please add fast. Can you answer it? Can you answer it? 3 and 1 by 4 plus 6 and 3 by 4. Please answer it fast. We're just discussing how different persons approach same question in different ways. Okay, Jatin is always the fastest one. Good. Excellent. Jatin says 10. Then Aditya also says 10. Ayush, Bipsa, everyone is saying 10. Okay, answer is of course 10. There are smaller numbers. Now I want to know the approach. How did you solve it? Yes, Smriti, Devadatta, Vansh, Ayush Saha, everyone is saying 10. How did you solve this? How did you solve this? Can you tell me the approach? What are the steps? So this is a mixed fraction. How to add these mixed fractions? What is the first step? Yes, Chaitanya, that's correct. Sumitra. Excellent, Jatin. Yes, good, Teddy. So by default, yes, Jatin, I got it. Good. So the others who are not writing, I'm sure what you have done, that's a normal thing. Everyone does like that. So first step most people do is that they convert this mixed fraction in an improper fraction, isn't it? We convert this as an improper fraction. How do we do that? Yes, Sumitra, Smriti, that's fine. Yes, Bipsa, good. That was the key point here. See, so most of the people, what do they do that? Yes, as Chaitanya has mentioned, that's true, Chaitanya. So they convert this mixed fraction into improper one. कैसे करते हैं? So 3 into 4, right? This 4 into 3 is 12. 12 plus 1, 13, right? So this becomes 13 by 4. Is that fine? All of you know that? Right? This is 4 into 3, 12. 12 plus 1, 13. 13 by 4. And same way, as Chaitanya has also mentioned, that's true. So 4 into 6, 24. 24 plus 3, that is 27 by 4. So we can convert these two mixed fraction into improper one, and then because denominator is same, we can add the numerators directly. That makes it 13 plus 27 divided by 4, which is basically 40 by 4, or that is 10. And there is no mistake here. That's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. And maybe it may take the same time which you may have taken solving otherwise. What is the other way, alternate way? Many of you have already mentioned that. That is a very good thing. So the basic point is to understand here, that is 3 and 1 by 4. There are two numbers. One is the integer part, one is the fraction part, right? One is the integer part, one is the fraction part. This is 3 and 1 by 4. That is, this is 3 plus 1 by 4. Yes or no? Yes. This is not 3 multiplied with 1 by 4. It's not multiplied, right? It is plus. So because we are not writing this sign, so sometimes people get confused here, right? So it is actually 3 plus 1 by 4. Exactly same way, this number is nothing but 6 plus 3 by 4. This is 6 and 3 by 4, right? Now we are to add these numbers. It is quite easy thing to add the integers together and fractions together. And by the way, in this case, 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4, very easy to add. There was nothing to write. It is quite obviously visible. 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4 is 1. So 3 plus 6, 9 and 1, that makes it 10. So whole thing could be done mentally, nothing to write, right? But now still many of you may not appreciate, इसमें क्या दिक्कत है? ये भी सही है ना? But now let me change the number. I'm changing the number. Now please answer this question. If I ask you, find the sum 73 and 1 by 4 plus 26 and 3 by 4. Please answer fast. Please answer fast. And then tell me which method would you adopt. Excellent. Jatin, as always, is the fastest one. Good, Jatin. Yes, steady. Smriti, wonderful. Now, which method? Should we convert them into improper fractions first? No. Yes, separate the fractions and integer part. So basically question is same for all the persons, but now it depends from person to person. How do you approach a question? That makes the whole difference. So for that purpose only, you need to face more and more questions. If you are able to do a question, think, can I do something else? Can I think in some other way? Can I approach it in a totally different way? Like that. Is that okay? Okay, so puzzle we shall do some other time. So now I'm moving to the another set to be discussed now. Okay? I hope this idea is clear to everyone. Yes, it is 99 plus 1, that is 100. That's perfectly same way, exactly same way which we did last time. Okay, wonderful. I'm moving to the last set now, and here it is on your screens. Please read this information carefully, and after that we have 5 questions based on that. At least read the information, and then we will try to infer what we can infer from this given data. After that, solving questions would not be that much difficult. So I'm reading the information first for all of you. It says 5 students, Amar, Bibek, Chahar, Divya and Alan, that is ABCDE, gave an entrance examination for IIMs that included 3 sections, namely quantitative aptitude, that is QA, verbal ability and reading comprehension, that is VARC, and logical reasoning and data interpretation, that is LRDI. The first pie chart given below provides the marks obtained by each student in QA section as a percentage of the total marks obtained by 5 students in the QA section. I hope you get this. कि टोटल क्यूए में जितना भी मार्क्स आया है उसका कितना कितना परसेंट उन 5 लोगों ने अटेम्प्ट फाइंड आउट किया है. दैट मींस इफ यू विल ऐड ऑल दीस 5% दैट शुड कम आउट टू बी 100. तो यानी कि इफ टुगेदर दे हैव स्कोर्ड 100 मार्क्स इन क्वांट इन क्यूए, सो अमर मस्ट हैव स्कोर्ड 25 and Vivek 10, Chahar 12, Divya 28 and Ellen 25, isn't it? So if it is total 100, right? तो टोटल 100 अगर उन्होंने स्कोर किया है तो इन्होंने इतना इतना स्कोर किया है. So that's how this percentage is given. And same with the second and third pie chart provides similar percentage breakups for the VARC section and the LRDI section. So now it is also known that the total marks obtained were the same for exactly 3 of the 5 students. Now this is the critical statement here. This is the key point here. What can you, before I move to the questions, I want all of you to think over this, give it a thought, and what can you infer from this? It is also known that total marks obtained were the same for exactly 3 of the 5 students. So my question here is, can you identify that which 3 students? Can you identify that which 3 students had equal marks total? And at the last also it is mentioned here, the total marks obtained is simply marks obtained in QA section plus VARC plus LRDI. That means sum of the 3 marks. So out of the 5 students, 3 have got exactly equal marks. So 3 have got equal marks, 2 have got unequal, 2 have got different marks. Can you identify which 2 may not have equal marks, which 3 have got equal marks? After that, it is easy to proceed further. Okay, Jatin says B and E. B and E got equal marks or different marks? What do you say, Jatin? We want 3 students who have got equal marks and 2 students who have got different marks, है ना? Okay, Jatin says B and E have equal marks. तीसरे का मालूम नहीं है, तो B and E equal कैसे पता लगा आपको विवेक? Oh, 10, 25, 25. अरे don't be baffled by the percentage, Vivek. Jatin, these percentages are of total marks scored in VARC. It is not necessary that total marks scored in QA is equal to total marks scored in VARC. It is not required, na? That may be different. So this 25% of some different number and this 10% is of some different number. So don't match them. ये 10 है, ये भी 10 हो गया, ये 25 तो ये भी 25 हो गया, and here they are having same thing. By the way, यहाँ भी अलग अलग ही है वैसे तो. So think again. That's not the right way. Okay, Sumitra is thinking that EDB can have same. EDB can have same. I don't think so. See here, let's check that. E and D check करते हैं. So E is having 25% marks, D is having 28%. So D is having more marks here in quant. Whatever number of marks there may be, I don't know. But certainly D is having more marks than E, right? Here, again D is having more marks than E, isn't it? And here, again D is having more marks than E. Certainly D and E cannot have same marks, Sumitra, isn't it? D and E cannot have same marks. In fact, D is having more marks. D is having more marks than almost, I think, everyone, isn't it? So certainly D is certainly one of those students who is not having equal marks with any other. Yes or no? So D can be negated like that. A, B, D have same marks. Let's check D again with B. मुझे तो D ज़्यादा लग रहा है भाई. Okay, let's check. Again with same logic. Jatin, that's not possible, Jatin. D is having more marks than B here, for sure, right? Also here D is having more marks than B. 30 is more than 25. And D is having more marks than B here also. So D and B cannot have same marks. So D is having more marks than almost everyone. That's what I'm saying. The D certainly should be left out. D can't have equal marks with 3 persons, 2 other persons. Because D is having more marks than D is having maximum share in almost every case. Here it is equal, D and A, they are having equal here. Otherwise, D is always greater. D is always greater than everyone. ठीक है ना? Yes, that's true. That's true, Smriti. B, C, E can be equal and A and E are unequal. Exactly. So that was the key point to start with. So B, C, E, they are having equal marks. B is equal to C is equal to E. Their total marks would be equal. And A and D certainly are unequal. D we have just identified. Same way A also we can easily identify that A, if I compare with B, C or E, basically we can compare that. A is also after D, A is having the second highest marks in almost every case. ठीक है ना? So A is certainly having more than E. Why? Here it is equal. Here A is having more. Here also A is having more. So A cannot be equal to E. Yes. So B, C, E marks same है. Now we need to identify कि उनके कितने marks हैं. Right? Now we also need to identify. This part we have identified that A and D are having unequal marks and B, C, E are having equal marks. So now we need to identify how much marks they are having, how much marks total have been scored in QA and VA and LRDI. That's what you have to identify. Because that is the only information we are having. After that, we are having these questions. So can we identify the marks or basically the ratio of marks in QA, VARC and LRDI? Okay, let's check it together. So we know that B, C, E, they are having equal marks. So let's compare them. Let's compare them. So what I can first, so for C and E, LRDI marks are same, right? Leave that for the time being. So for C and E, here it is 15%, 10%. Here it is 12% and 25%. So that must match. We can find the ratio, na Jatin. We can find the ratio. So I'm comparing now. I'm comparing the marks of C and E. I'm using the different color. Let's say I'm using yellow. I'm comparing C and E. I'm comparing marks of C and E. So for C and E, LRDI marks are same. So leave that. Usko baad mein dekhe. So first I want to compare the marks in VARC and QA here for C and E. So for C it is 15%. So VA वाले को V बोल देते हैं. तो 15% of V, इस C की बात कर रहे हैं अभी चहर की, तो 15% of V या 15V बोल देते हैं, 15V and C का यहाँ पे 12 of Q, 12% of Q, fine. That is equal to the marks obtained by E. So in VARC, Alan has got 10% marks, so that is 10V. And here, this Alan has got 25% marks in QA, so 25Q. Fine. So from here we can get the ratio of the marks of V and VRC in QA, isn't it? Let's see. So this is 5V is equal to 13Q. Or in other words, V by Q is equal to 13 by 5. Are you getting it? Okay. I hope video is fine now. Okay, so from here we got the ratio of marks obtained in VARC in QA. That should be in the ratio 13:5. Same way, if I compare the other ones, अभी किसको compare करें? मान लेते हैं among B, C and E what we want to compare. So B, C. Anyway, we can use these values only. We can find the ratio with LRDI also. We can get the ratio for QA LRDI marks also. See, how did I got this ratio? I'm telling it again, listen very carefully. So I just equated the marks of this person C and E. We have identified that B, C, E had equal marks, right? That's fine now. So by equating the marks of C and E, I got to know, so C and E have got equal percentage of LRDI marks here. So leave that. I don't know how much it is, so but leave that part because they are equal marks. So in other two sections, I have equated their scores. So 15% in VA by this C and 12% in QA, right? So 15V plus 12Q is equal to same way 10V plus 25Q because they are the marks obtained by E. So E has obtained 10% marks in VA and 25% in QA. So by equating this and we got the ratio of total marks of VARC and QA. Same way you can find the ratio with LRDI also. Please see if you are able to get that. Please see if you are able to get that. That's not difficult part. Anyway, we can compare anyone now other than C and D. Maybe let's compare B and C. Let's compare B and C. I'm writing it here only. I'm comparing B and C now. Comparing B and C. Okay. And I will assume that VARC का total score is 13K ऐसा मान लेते हैं and QA का score या 13 ही मान लेते हैं ना, K भी क्या करना है इसको VARC का total score 13, QA का score total 5 ऐसा मान के चलते हैं. Fine. Okay, so I'm writing scores of B and C now and we will equate that. So B in QA have got 10 marks, 10%, 10% of 5, right? So 10 times 5 plus, we are talking about B first. So B has got 25% in VA. So VA was 13. So 25 into 13 plus this B in LRDI. LRDI we are still not known about that. So isko L bol denge. So 10% of L. So 10L I would write it. That is equal to, right? That should be equal to the total marks obtained by C in all the three sections. So C has got 12% of Q, which was 5. So 12 times 5. So 12 times 5 plus this person C has got 15% of 13 here. So 15 times 3, 15 times 13 plus this C has got 20% of L. So 20L. From here we can get the value of L as well. So we got the entire ratio. ठीक है ना? So let me simplify this. So this is 10L को उठा के वहां ले जाते हैं, so that is 10L. So this 10L comes out to be equal to 25 13, 15 13. If I take it this side, this will be 13 times 10, that is 130. Fine. Same way, this is 10 times 5, this is 12 times 5. If I bring it here, that would be negative 2 times 5, that is negative 10. Fine, that makes it 120, which means L comes out to be 12, right? L comes out to be 12. So that is the basic ratio now. So that's it. So we got all the ratio of the scores in, total scores in V, Q and L. So VARC, if it is 13, then in QA it is 5, and then LRDI it is 12. To make it simpler, you can assume total score in QA to be 500, then VARC would be 1300 and LRDI would be 1200. We can easily make a table now. Fine. I hope you got the idea how to solve it. So that's how this set was a really good set. And first thing, we were to identify that which three could be equal and which are certainly not. And based on that, we identified the total scores obtained. What is the ratio of total scores obtained in the three sections? Now you can easily solve the further questions. Fine. So we shall stop here. I'm showing you the 5 questions and you can answer in the comments here only. Fine. Teddy is asking that the ratio can be directly used in BC at what time? Yes, exactly. See, ratio of VARC and QA we already found, and by using that ratio we found the ratio for total marks of LRDI as well. ठीक है ना? So that's what we have done. So first I equated C and E. From there we go to know the ratio of the total marks of VARC and QA, and by using that ratio in the equating the marks of B and C, we got to know the ratio of the total marks of LRDI as well. So now we have got the assuming total marks of all the three sections now. So in LRDI total marks score is, let's say, 1200. So if it is 1200, then in QA it is 500, and then in VARC it is 1300. Then we can find out the marks obtained in each section by each of the 5 students, right? That is not exact marks, that is a ratio of marks basically. Now based on that, we can answer the further questions. Is it fine? Okay, so I'm showing you the questions now. So you can take a screenshot and solve it, and then you can answer in the comments afterwards. So I shall take your leave then. And here Dev is asking about what's your view on IP MAT exam. IP MAT, you are talking about exam after 12th class, Dev? If yes, then yes, why not? If you are going for an MBA, it's good to opt for an IM, isn't it? And by the way, after 12th class, if you're going for MBA, that's a 5-year program. So after 3-year graduation, you got an option that you want to continue, or if you wish to switch. If you wish to switch, that's allowed there. So there's no harm there, isn't it? There's no harm there. If you have some alternate better plan, then it's okay. So it's individual choice. It's individual choice. But nowadays, number of applicants are on rise in IP MAT. More and more people are going for this. That's a good option. Sure, Atharu. So here are the questions on this set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 questions. They are not difficult at all. There you can check for the respective college's profile there. But in general, Rohtak is preferred normally. I have heard that. I don't know any specific reasons for that. But I'm just telling about what here says that. So you can check their respective websites, and you could have your specific concerns regarding which college to be preferred over the other one. It can be the locality, it can be the percentiles which are being admitted there, it can be the placements, it can be proximity to your place. There are many things. In general, as per hearsay, I have heard about Rohtak, so I would go for that. That's what I mentioned, Dev. So if you are having some better option than that after your 3-year program, then you can switch to that. Of course, they are better than the other private institutes, isn't it? Okay, so I would like all of you to please put your feedbacks about the today's session. So we shall end it here. Any feedbacks, any comments about the today's session, about your learnings? What did you learn? Any suggestions would you like to give? Anything from your side, it's welcome. Thank you for nice words, Atharv. Thank you, Dev. Yes, Teddy. Devadatta, you can just slide your timeline. You will get everything there, isn't it? You can just slide your timeline of the video. Thanks for that, Hids. I was not knowing that you were here. I think you didn't comment anything before. Okay, Akul. Fine. So, good, Dev. Excellent. Thanks. Your comment is really valuable, Bipsa. Because it is always at the heart that whatever time, whatever effort all of you have put in. So, have you gained something or not? Yes. So, these comments certainly give us solace. Yes, it was fruitful. It was worth. Thank you. Any advice for self-preparing student? Atharva, I have already told you many times, just be sincere, be consistent, practice. That's it. That's the only advice. Don't ever lose hope. There's a very nice statement in scriptures that a person should always be hopeful. Always be hopeful, because only your efforts are not going to reward you. So there is a supreme plan for everyone, right? Who is our well-wisher of everything. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. The Supreme Lord is ever well-wisher for everyone. So always be hopeful. Fine. Thank you there, Nikita, Viren. Good. Thank you, Bipsa. Thank you, Jatin. Fine. So I shall end this live stream here. Thank you once again. Thanks, Jatin.